Ladies and gentlemen, today is the day. Game 7 of the ALCS is upon us, and our Baltimore Orioles have the opportunity to advance to a World Series tonight. The ALCS against the Twins has been unbelievably exciting. Last episode we played games 5 and 6. Game 5 was a win, and game 6 was a loss. So far in this ALCS series, every road team has won. So if that theme sticks today, the Twins would win Game 7, so hopefully that does not happen. We have a tough decision on our hands on which pitcher we want to start. Marquez and Rodriguez both have started recently, so we're going to have to pick someone towards the end of our rotation. And I'm going to pick the rookie, Matthew Thompson. This seems like a strange choice, but I believe that Thompson's been our most consistent starting pitcher this year, which more so is because our rotation's been super inconsistent. Thompson has pitched well so far in the postseason. He pitched 5 no-hit innings against the White Sox, and he had a pretty good outing earlier in this series against the Twins, which resulted in a win. So the Orioles are very confident with Thompson going into Game 7, and they believe the rookie can propel them to the World Series. The winner, of course, will be facing off against the LA Dodgers in the Fall Classic, who beat the St. Louis Cardinals also in 7 games in the NLCS. In that series, every home team won, which is kind of funny. So Matthew Thompson and Joe Musgrove are both warming up in their bullpens as we take a look at both lineups. Ivan Cortez Jr. will be starting for the Orioles. Other than that, pretty much regular starters. Obviously, Baltimore wants their best players because, well, this is like the most important game of the year. So we talked about the rookie Matthew Thompson a little bit earlier, but here he is for the biggest game of his life. He so far has pitched very well in the playoffs, obviously contributed to the no-hitter that eliminated the White Sox, and he pitched pretty well in his first outing against the Twins. Facing off against Yoan Moncada on the 1-2 pitch. This one's going to be weakly chopped over to Thompson, who quickly will make the play. So far, so good here in this first inning for Matthew Thompson. Now facing off against Luis Arias. This one is grounded to second. Jalen Miller will field it cleanly. A 1-2-3 inning for Matthew Thompson. So far, so good. He is currently on pace to have a perfect game. Is that what's going to happen? Probably not, but you never know. So here's Joe Musgrove on the bump for the Twins. He's been all right so far in the playoffs. He is 2-0 in 2 starts, though, so the Twins have been able to win with him pitching. We'll see if that theme can stick here today. Facing off against Ivan Cortez Jr. This one is weakly grounded to second. Arias will barely make the throw in time. Ivan Cortez Jr., we know, is really fast, and he almost beat out that throw. Anthony Rizzo now hitting from the 2-hole today will go down on the high fastball. In games 5 and 6, Rizzo did not record a single hit, which is a surprise considering how well he's played in the rest of this series. Elliot Ramos now, Baltimore's best player throughout the postseason, will also strike out. So a 1-2-3 inning there from both pitchers. So far, so good for Thompson and Musgrove as we go to the second. Alex Kirilloff, who's hitting 171 in the postseason, trying to get that average up here as this one is hit deep into right center at the warning track. It will be caught. Great defense there by Christian Robinson, who has really played well throughout the playoffs, not only defensively but also at the plate, and has earned playing time over Ryan Mountcastle, who for the most part was an everyday starter in the regular season. Jake Cave goes down looking on the 4-seam fastball. Another perfect inning for Matthew Thompson. So far, neither team has been able to get a base runner yet. Jalen Miller now goes down on the inside fastball. Nice pitch from Musgrove, who has 4 strikeouts today. The Orioles have not been able to put the bat to the ball against him, and that theme would stick here with the rookie Louis St. John, who goes down on the slider. 2 perfect innings for Thompson and Musgrove. It has been quite the pitcher's duel up to this point. We'll see if either offense can start to get anything going here in the third. Max Kepler opens things up for Minnesota. This one's hit nicely into center, but again, Christian Robinson is there with the play. Still no base runners yet in this ball game. Mitch Garver now with 1 away. Cranks this one deep into center field. Robinson chasing after it at the wall. See ya, it's gone. Solo home run for Mitch Garver. And it's the Minnesota Twins who will strike first. They take a 1-0 lead. Huge home run for Garver, the first base runner for either team, and it just so happens to go over the fence. Thompson will rebound with his very next batter, Royce Lewis, going down on the outside changeup. That pitch was pretty filthy. And then 2-2 here, 2 away for Byron Buxton. He also strikes out, this time on the inside fastball. So a pretty successful inning for the Twins. They do get a run across, but other than that, Matthew Thompson, for the most part, has been flawless in this game, with the exception of that one pitch. On the bottom of the third, 2 gone here for Christian Robinson. This one is going to be blooped into right field, and it will be caught by Luis Arias. 3 perfect innings so far from Joe Musgrove, who has looked unreal on the mound for Minnesota. Remember, the Orioles almost signed Musgrove last offseason, but decided not to last second. On to the 4th inning, Yoan Moncada grounds this one weakly to first, and Rizzo with the beautiful flip over to Thompson for the out. We got to look at that play again. Awesome defense there by Anthony Rizzo, who gets some style points with that play to retire Moncada. Luis Arias, the next batter, is up at the plate, and this one is going to be hit nicely into the left center gap, and it will go for a base hit. So Luis Arias will reach successfully, and now the Minnesota Twins are starting to hit the ball a little bit. Their offense is at least showing signs of growth, and then Alex Kirilloff mashes a ball into right center field for a 2-run homer, and the Minnesota Twins are going to take a 3-0 lead. Kirilloff with his 4th home run of the postseason, and Matthew Thompson's dominance through the first 3 innings feels like it is completely evaporated. Huge hitting there from Kirilloff, and the Twins have all of the momentum early in this game. Jake Cave is now up for Minnesota with 2 away on the 2-1 pitch. And this one's going to be grounded past the diving glove of Anthony Rizzo for a hit. And the Minnesota Twins offense has really come alive here in the 4th inning. Matthew Thompson's pitch count is still quite low. I still think he has some more innings left to go if he continues to pitch well, as he does get out of the 4th via a groundout. But a pair of huge home runs from Mitch Garver in the 3rd and now Alex Kirilloff in the 4th will put the Minnesota Twins up 3-0. The speedy Ivan Cortez Jr. would reach base after a base hit, but he's not going to stay on for long. Anthony Rizzo grounds into a 4-6-3 double play, so Minnesota recognizes that there's a speedy base runner and quickly gets him off. Elliot Ramos with a deep fly ball into center field. This one has a chance, but not really. It's caught by Jake Cave. So not necessarily 4 perfect innings anymore. I'm not sure what happened to the clip of Ivan Cortez Jr. getting a base hit, but obviously he got one. Nonetheless, Joe Musgrove has still been unreal, and the Minnesota Twins are 5 innings away from advancing to the World Series. But this game is far from over. However, Mitch Garver will get a hit into right field. Mitch Garver was 2 for 21 in the first 6 games of this series. Today he's 2 for 2, and he had the home run earlier. Talk about stepping up when your team needs it the most. Garver will not stay on base as Royce Lewis grounds into a 3-6-3 double play. And Matthew Thompson's pitch count is still awfully low, only at around 59. This will be his 60th pitch, a weak flyout from Byron Buxton, caught by Anthony Rizzo. And I think Matthew Thompson has another inning or 2 in him, as long as he continues to pitch well. I know he's allowed a couple of costly home runs today, but you can't deny Matthew Thompson is not the reason why the Orioles are losing right now. It's the bats and the fact that they've done legitimately nothing so far in this game. Max Muncy's going to try to change that here, but Jake Cave has other plans. A great diving grab by Jake Cave, but one time the Orioles get good contact on the ball, the Twins get a really good defensive play. Louis St. John now will get that one past the glove of the 3rd baseman Moncada for a single into left field. Louis St. John has been a little bit inconsistent in the playoffs, but for the most part, he has hit the ball well in his first postseason run, and now he is aboard with 2 away for the catcher Adley Rutschman, hitting out of the 7-hole today, which is sort of low for him. Rutschman will fly out to center, caught by Jake Cave. Another shutout inning from Joe Musgrove, and the Minnesota Twins are now 4 innings away from advancing to the World Series for the first time in nearly 30 years. So now let's go to the 6th inning. Matthew Thompson is still in for Baltimore, starting off against Yoan Moncada, and he's going to look at a slider right down the middle. I don't know why he didn't swing at that pitch. Maybe if Thompson added some icing and some sprinkles, maybe Moncada would have bit, but I don't know. Luis Arias will draw a walk, so he will get aboard for the 2nd time today. A nice base runner here for the Twins, and that will bring up Miguel Sano, who has been awesome in this ALCS series, but he's been quiet today. Now, he will stay on base as Muncy overthrows the second baseman Jalen Miller. That should have been a double play, but now there are runners on the corners. A potentially game-breaking error there from Muncy. Kirilloff, however, grounds that right to Thompson, who makes a great defensive play. The Orioles turn 2, and they get out of the inning with no damage done. So the error by Max Muncy proves to not be costly, and now that will likely do it for Matthew Thompson's day. 6 very impressive innings. Other than the 2 home runs, he was unreal, but hopefully he can get some much-needed run support, or else Baltimore's season will end prematurely. Christian Robinson goes down on the outside curveball. Musgrove up to 6 strikeouts on the day. Ivan Cortez Jr. is now up. Going to go for a drag bunt, and it works like a beauty. The speedster, Ivan Cortez Jr., will reach base for a second time, and a potentially big opportunity here for Anthony Rizzo on the 3-2 pitch. That one is going to be deflected by Miguel Sano. Rizzo hit that one pretty nicely, but Sano gets a strong defensive play. Another shutout inning for Musgrove, and we go to the 7th. Alex Colome, the former Twin, is in for Baltimore. He has pitched in 4 shutout innings so far in this postseason, doing really well, possibly deserving of a contract extension in the offseason. Max Kepler beats the shift perfectly. That's probably an out if it weren't for the shift, but instead it is a double. So Kepler is now in scoring position, and that will bring up Mitch Garver. 2-2 pitch goes down on the cutter. Garver was 2 for 2 before that one. He is now, of course, 2 for 3. Royce Lewis is now up, who's also had a pretty good series, but today he has not been great. Grounding out to third, Max Muncy makes the play. And although Baltimore's offense has been nothing short of a train wreck today, Minnesota's has not been that much better either. It's just that they have capitalized with runners on base, and they have hit for power, unlike the O's. In the bottom of the 7th, Max Muncy's bat nearly goes as far as the ball does, and it's caught for the second out of the inning by Royce Lewis. Jalen Miller is now up. Miller really played well in the last episode. Today he's been sort of quiet, as Lewis has to make a diving stop for that ball. However, Miller will still be safe regardless. So it's an infield single for Jalen Miller, and a major opportunity here for the rookie Louis St. John to put Baltimore back in the ballgame. He rips it into left field for a single, and now the Orioles have a pair of runners on. The tying run is up at the plate. Adley Rutschman can theoretically tie the game in this at-bat. Count is 2-2. 2 out, 2 on. This one is grounded to second, and Luis Arias will make the play successfully. So the Orioles had a legitimate opportunity there to do something, but they were unsuccessful. And the Orioles are now 2 innings away from being eliminated, bearing some crazy comeback. Edwin Diaz is in the 8th. I fully expect a 1-2-3 inning, probably with 3 strikeouts. Okay, maybe not 3 strikeouts, but Byron Buxton's going to hit this one into foul territory, and there's a tough play by Louis St. John. It looked like he bounced off the wall, kind of like Spider-Man, to get that play. Luis Arias hits that one into left, and again, a nice defensive play by Louis St. John. St. John is not a great defender, so to see him make 2 nice catches in the same inning is pretty cool. On to the bottom of the 8th now. The Orioles have to get something going on offense, or else their season is likely going to be done. Seth Lugo is in for the Twins, the righty who has not allowed a run so far in the playoffs. First batter of the inning is the shortstop, Marco Luciano. He is 0 for 2 so far today, but that one will go into center for a base hit. And now the Orioles have another runner on. Baltimore is starting to hit the ball a little bit better as this game has gone along, I will say, but they haven't done anything with the runners on base, and it hasn't mattered yet. Christian Robinson grounds that one past Lugo for a hit. Maybe the Twins should have kept Joe Musgrove in. I think he had enough energy for another inning. And so far, Seth Lugo's kind of getting rocked. Anthony Rizzo is now up. It's been a rough day for him. He's currently 0 for 3. Gonna fly this one into deep center field. Jake Cave will make the grab. Luciano will attempt to tag up. The throw to third is not in time. So the Orioles get a pair of runners on the corners. And that'll bring up Elliot Ramos, who has been unbelievable in the postseason. In this series, he's 10 for 28 with 2 home runs. And now this is his biggest at-bat yet. And it's going to be a weak fly out as Ramos slams his bat in frustration. Cave will make the play. And now the Twins are 1 inning away from advancing to the World Series. The Orioles are going to need at least 3 runs to keep themselves afloat. Colin Poche is in for Baltimore here in the top of the 9th. He has to get out of this inning successfully before we can worry about the offense, as Miguel Sano will hit a single into left field, so the Twins get themselves an early base runner. Not comfortable with this 3-0 lead. They want some more insurance. Jake Cave will go down on the curveball. Little lefty-on-lefty crime there. Want to see some more lefty-on-lefty crime? There you go. Kepler goes down on the inside splitter. So now this is it. Into the bottom of the 9th inning. The Baltimore Orioles need 3 runs to tie, 4 or more to win. Anything less ends the season. With how the Orioles offense is played today, getting 1 run might be a challenge. Trevor Rosenthal is in for the save. He is 3 for 3 in save opportunities this postseason. He is not allowed a run yet, but I think the Orioles would really like to change that. 4, 5, 6. Muncy, Miller, and St. John are the first 3 up in this inning for the O's. Muncy on a 3-1 pitch is going to loft this one into left field, and it will be caught out there by Byron Buxton, and the Twins are now 2 outs away from winning the World Series. Jalen Miller, 1-2 pitch, nobody on, 1 out, and this one is going to be lined nicely into right, and it goes for a hit. The Orioles are not going to quit, as you can see, and they are really starting to hit the ball a lot better these final few innings. They just still have not been able to do anything with these base runners. 1-2 pitch here for St. John. He goes down on the changeup, and now this season will come down to the bat of Adley Rutschman, the starting all-star catcher in the American League. 6 for 28 in this series with a home run, 4 runs batted in. And the count is 2-2 for Rutschman. Lined into left. That's going to be a base hit, and the Orioles are going to keep the inning alive. Miller rounds third, headed for home. The throw from Lewis is going to be in time, and the ball game is over. The Minnesota Twins are advancing to the World Series for the first time since 1991. And the Baltimore Orioles season will come to a close in heartbreaking fashion. What a season, what a playoff series, what a fight. And the Minnesota Twins have gone 4-0 on the road in this series. And clearly home field advantage was not much of an advantage for either team. Rather, it was a curse. The Twins did not hit the ball particularly well in this game. 3 runs, 7 hits, but they had 2 big home runs. And the pitching, particularly Joe Musgrove, was phenomenal. The Orioles did hit the ball better down the stretch. They had multiple hits in each of the final 3 innings, but weren't able to do anything with them. No extra base hits, and the pitching, well, it was good, but the lawn balls Matthew Thompson allowed ended up being our kryptonite. So that's how the season is going to come to a close. Here's the final look at all of the playoff stats, and we had a lot of young guys really break out in this postseason. Elliot Ramos looked like a superstar. Jalen Miller played really well. Christian Robinson played really well. And then the pitching, we kind of saw the emergence of Matthew Thompson. We saw a lot of our relievers pitch really well too. And although it's very disappointing that our season is going to come to a close without a World Series, the fact that this team went 94-68 is so impressive. And we have such a good future, such a good core going forward. So let's look at the World Series. We already know about the Twins, but here is the Los Angeles Dodgers, who are representing the NFC in the World Series. The Dodgers are heavy favorites because, well, they are absolutely loaded. I also have former Oriole Rory O'Sullivan, who, of course, we traded for Max Muncy in the offseason. I think that trade was definitely a win for us. So let's simulate through the World Series. The Twins win Game 1 4-0 off of a shutout performance from Zach Eflin. The Dodgers take Game 2. Minnesota wins Game 3. Game 4 goes to the Dodgers, so as you can see, back and forth right now. Game 5 goes to the Dodgers, and Game 6 will also go to LA. So the Dodgers win the World Series in 6 games. Jake Cave and David Dahl win playoff MVPs, and Brandon Nimmo wins the World Series MVP. So that will conclude Season 3, a very successful year for our Baltimore Orioles. And now we're going to enter the offseason with a real opportunity to bolster this team even more. I'm not entirely sure when the offseason video is going to be uploaded. With NBA 2K coming out today, that's going to be my main focus for a little bit. But definitely do expect the Baltimore Orioles offseason to premiere probably within the next couple of days. Once I have a date picked out, I will let you guys know on the YouTube community page as well as in Discord. So that'll end today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Let me know what you think we should do in the offseason. Peace out.